Hey career professionals, welcome back to my channel. And so, as you know, thousands of career professionals or job seekers have lost their job and they're wondering what companies are hiring right now. And so if this is the case with you, I want you to make sure you go ahead and watch the remainder of this video. So I shared with you guys recently a series here in the YouTube community titled Top 8 High Paying Industries. And so I want to add another industry to that list. And I'm also going to share with you those top 8 industries that are hiring right now that you're very likely to get hired in if you present your way in a most professional manner. And so one of the industries, before we jump into the previous videos, is the behavioral health industry. And so as of right now, as you know, a lot of people, some have returned to work. I get some clients who return to work. I have others who are having a hard time finding out if the company, what type of companies they really want to work for, if they want to switch to a new industry. And so I'm working with those people right now to help them find their new dream career. A lot of people right now are going through job search depression. They're going through personal issues. They're going through financial situations right now that they need some help overcoming. And so those things lead to mental health situations with things that where you would need to talk to a therapist or something like that. And so in that case, the behavioral health industry is booming, or if you want to refer to it as the mental health industry. And so if you're someone who loves helping people, you have a degree in psychology, or you're looking for an entry-level role in the mental health industry, you can check out nonprofits in your area that might be hiring. And so if you are someone who likes helping people and you want to be someone that has a valuable impact on all of us coming out of pandemic in a peaceful manner and getting back on track with our new way of life, you want to check out the behavioral health industry. I know for a fact that nonprofits, a lot of them have, in the mental health industry, have high turnover. And so like when I worked in the mental health industry at a company in Ohio, they had a really high turnover rate. And so you want to keep in mind, like the HR professional there told me when I first started that it was a great place for me to start at that time. I knew right then and there that it wasn't a place that I was going to stay. But if you don't have any experience, like I didn't at that particular time, it is going to be a great place for you to start. It will give you great customer service skills, a great background, with paperwork, administration, and things like that. All of those transferable skills that you can transfer over into any industry. Now is a good time to explore what career you really want to pursue and not try to rush into anything, and never pursue something solely for the money just because it will probably pay you $100,000 or more per year. Make sure that it is really something that you are interested in, that you are really passionate about. The first video that I want to share with you right now is how to get a new high-paying job in one of the in-demand industries right now, the tech industry. And so if you have a background in tech, or if you want to break into the tech industry, you want to check out this video to learn what companies are hiring and also how you can apply for a job in tech. The first thing that you want to do if you want a position in technology is to first take a look at your career goals. And so is one of your goals to work in the information technology department? Have you always wanted to do something like that? If you feel like you will be a good fit for the company's culture, meaning that you have the personality, and someone with an introverted personality would work really good in this position on an entry level, because most of your time will be spent building up technology for the company and also attending the various meetings. But if you're more on the executive level and you want to have more of an extroverted personality so that you will be able to build your team and lead your team forwards properly. If after reviewing your goals, your career goals, your overall career goals, and you find out that you want to work in an information technology position, what you can do is start beginning to review the various job titles on the company's website. And by going to the company's website and searching different job titles, such as IT manager, director of information technology or IT director, chief technology officer, chief information officer, or even a position in IT project management. Now, if you really want to work in IT, you can begin to update your resume, and if you need some help with that, you can check out my video on the top things to do in order to write the perfect resume in 2020. And so the next thing that you want to do is you want to head over to the company's website, the company that you would like to apply for, and take a look at the job titles and search by job title and see if they offer the job title that you would like to apply for right now. And if they do, then go ahead and apply for that position. And so what you want to do in order to find out, in order to search the company's website, is to go to their homepage, scroll down to the bottom, and look for a term that reads careers or job opportunities. Click on that link and then follow the prompts to set up a profile with the company if that's an option, and then go ahead and review the different job titles and the jobs that they have available with that company. Make sure you fill out the application entirely and also upload your resume. And if they ask for a cover letter, make sure that you provide a cover letter for them as well. So one of the top things that I share with my clients in order to help them get a new high-paying job that does pay them between $100,000 and $400,000 per year is going to be to make sure you follow up after the application. So as soon as you apply for that for your dream job, I want you to you should go over to LinkedIn and connect with someone at the company. Now, the best way to do this is to search by the company's name and then search for the individuals who are in a position of authority and connect with them on LinkedIn, send them a quick message and let them know you applied for the role and that you want to have an informational interview with them. Another option on LinkedIn, something that you can also do, is you can search by job title as well. So for example, you can type in the search bar Chief Information Officer and then click on the drop down that says people, and it'll give you a list of people. And then that's a good way too to see what other companies that you can apply for, and write a list of those companies down in a spreadsheet. And so that's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of job seekers make, is not keeping track of their leads in their network. And so if you do keep track of your leads in your network, you won't be left guessing whether or not you reached out to that person or followed up on that job application. And so one of the quickest ways that you can keep track, and something that you can do also while you're on the go, while you're out getting coffee or getting breakfast or having breakfast or something like that, if you come across a lead, you can go ahead and create a Google Sheet. It can be updated while you're on the go. You can enter the person's name, you can enter the company's name, and you can enter the last message or conversation that you had with that person and what you feel like your next step should be going forwards with that conversation. And same thing with your job applications. As soon as you apply for that job, update your spreadsheet with what your next step should be. You should be following up with that on that position that following Monday between 8 and 10 a.m. when recruiters and hiring managers, to be more specific, are looking at their emails and reaching out to career professionals to schedule interviews. So thank you for watching until the end of this video. Right now, I'm going to share with you 3 companies that are hiring right now that you can head over to their website and actually apply for the various positions in technology. And so the first company is going to be Apple. Apple is looking for, they have over 600 applications available. The next company is Docusign. You may have seen them around when you signed a professional document for a lawyer or for employment or something like that. You went in electronically and signed that document. They have 400 different open tech positions on their available on their website. The last one is Facebook has a ton of different open positions in technology. They're looking for designers and also researchers as well to keep their platform up to date. So if you want to know more positions or more companies that are hiring right now, one of the things that you can do in the tech industry is you can go back to your spreadsheet and you can go back over to LinkedIn and find out which one of those names that came up on your search for that Chief Information Officer or Director of Information Technology list on LinkedIn when you search for the different people, and find out which companies they actually work for, head over to that company's website and you'll find out how many positions are available within that company, and take a look at the job duties and see if it's something that you really are interested in. And so you want to make sure that you are a match as well as the company looking for you. And that's how you position yourself to be found as a top candidate. And so the next in-demand, high-paying industry that I want to share with you that's hiring right now, especially in banking, is going to be the finance industry. And so if you have a background in banking, or if you're looking for an entry-level position in finance, go ahead and make sure you check out this next video. And so the first thing that you want to focus on is, who is the finance industry a good fit for? And so if you're someone in the finance industry who wants to break into the finance industry, or if you're in the finance industry right now, you'll find that companies that are looking for individuals with a financial background would be looking for someone who's great with numbers. And so if you're someone who's great with numbers, or you are, a math whiz and you really like math, like myself, I would suggest that you pursue a position in finance, because that's something that you will be doing on a consistent basis. Now, you don't have to have a master of finance in order to break into the finance industry. One of the things that you can do is you can check out my video on how to build your skills. In that video, I share with you a ton of different free resources that you can use in order to add certifications to your resume. And one of those things that you can go to, and it's always a great source if you are a career professional looking for a new high-paying job, is to go over to LinkedIn Learning. On LinkedIn Learning, you'll be able to search the finance background and search for courses that are available at the moment. And once that course is complete, you can add that certification to your resume, and it is totally free. For a list of more certifications that you can pursue that are free, you can check out my video on how to update your skill set. And so the next thing that you want to focus on is that you don't have to have an MBA to pursue a position in finance, but you want to at least have an interest in that in the industry. So some of the job titles that you can pursue is a director of finance, a finance assistant, a controller, a sales executive. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how you can apply for the various finance roles that are posted online. But before we talk about how to apply for those jobs, I want to talk about how you can avoid like scam activity when you do apply for finance jobs online. And basically, if something just doesn't seem right, don't apply for it. If it's asking you to input your social security number, for example, if it's asking you for money in order to apply for that job, don't apply for it, and actually report it to whatever website you were on at that time. And you can also post it in the career professionals community as well on Facebook, AB Career Match Insider Circle, so that you can alert other career professionals and on what to look out for. And so in order to apply for finance positions, one of the things that you can do is research the companies online that you would be interested in applying for. And so the best way to do this, again, is to go over to LinkedIn, look up a list of people with the job title that you would be interested in applying for, and find out which companies they actually work for. And this is a great way to also begin your network as well. And so if you have not started a application tracker yet, this can be the beginning of your process, the beginning of your job search, because you're going to need to complete that tracker in order to keep track of the different people that you will be reaching out to throughout your entire job search. And so the first thing that you can do, go over to LinkedIn and start researching the different companies. Take a look at the type of people that they hire, what their culture is like, how many people work for the company, and so on. And take a look at their company page on LinkedIn to see what type of jobs they have available. So thank you for watching until the end of this video. Right now, I am going to share with you 3 companies that are hiring, that have positions open right now, and they are in demand. So the first one is going to be Capital One. Capital One has 1,000 different job openings posted on their website. So you can head over to CapitalOne.com, scroll down to the bottom, and click on careers or job opportunities, and you'll see a list of the opportunities that they have open in their company right now. Another is Fannie Mae. They have 400 different job job openings right now, and you can go over to fanniemae.com, scroll down to the bottom of the screen, click on career, and see what type of jobs they have available. And if your resume is up to date already, you can go ahead and apply for that job. And so the final one is going to be Wells Fargo. They have 1,000 different job openings right now. And so you can go over to wellsfargo.com and scroll down to the bottom of the screen, or search anywhere on the page, any of these company pages, for a careers button or a job opportunities button or an apply now button, and you will get a list of job opportunities that are open within that company. Scroll and look for a position that you are interested in applying for, tailor your resume to that job, and you'll be well on your way to getting your dream career. And so if there's any information that I'm sharing with you in any of these videos that you found helpful, let me know that down in the comments below. But more importantly, I want you to go ahead and make sure you take action right now and take advantage of these jobs that are posting online. And at the end of this video, I am going to share with you how you can check and see which companies are hiring right now. The next industry that I wanted to share with you, which I have a lot of clients in, is the logistics industry. And so if you have a background in supply chain management or even logistics, I want you to make sure that you watch the entire next video. And so you may be asking, are you a great fit? And who would be a good fit if you're not? And so it would be someone that's in supply chain management, that has a supply chain background, or that's familiar with logistics. Either you studied logistics in college, or you were self-taught, or you are familiar with warehousing and you also worked in a warehouse in the past before. So some job titles that you want to take a look at when it comes to the various keywords are going to be something that's related to logistics, shipping and receiving, if you're entry level, like shipping and receiving clerk or something like that, or if you're executive level, it would be the director of some department within a logistics company. Or let's use Amazon, for example. Like one of my clients, Stefan he accepted a new high-paying job offer at Amazon just a few months ago, and he's still in that role right now as an area manager. And so that's a logistic company that's always hiring, and they're always looking for new career professionals, just like yourself, if you have a logistics background. And the final job title is going to be account executive. And so now I'm just going to talk to you briefly about how to apply for these different positions. And so one of the things that you want to focus on as you begin to apply for the various roles in logistics is the fact that you will come across some positions that are going to be scam emails or scam job offers. And so what I mean by this, just for example, myself, I'm not looking for a new high-paying job. I'm showing other people how to find them, but I did receive an email from Netflix, for example. There was a ton of misspelled terms in there, misspelled words. Netflix was spelled wrong. There was no contact information at the bottom of the email, and those words were scattered and all over the place. And so pay attention to those red signs when you do begin to apply for the various roles and logistics. And if you come across any of those opportunities that you're not sure whether or not you should apply for the job, or whether or not it's a scam and you're not sure whether to move forwards, go ahead and send it over to me at resumehelp@abcareermatch.com, and I'll take a look at that job for you. And so one way that you can begin your application process in the logistics industry is begin by updating your social media profiles. Now, this begins with number one on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is the number one site that recruiters go to in order to source out their top candidates. And so if your LinkedIn profile is not up to date, you will not be found, you will not be positioning yourself as a top candidate to be found on that social network. Now, you can also search for jobs on update your Twitter profile, make sure that you have a clear and focused picture and that your profile looks professional on Twitter and also on Facebook. And you want to be careful what you post on Facebook, because 34% of employers do search Facebook before they call you in for an interview, and 34% of employees have been fired from their jobs based on the information that they share in the Facebook community as well. And so just be careful what you share on the different social media sites. Make sure that you're staying as professional as possible, and if you want to do something else else that's outside of your professional realm, you can share that personally with that individual, either via email, phone, or whatever the case may be. But for the sake of your job search, keep it as professional and as clean as possible, and make sure that your picture on all of your profiles are a picture of you and not a picture of the dog or the cat or the entire family. So, thank you for watching to the end of this video. Right now, I'm going to share with you 3 top companies that are high-paying companies that will hire you in as little as 1 week to 4 months in one of their open positions, and they are in demand right now. And so you may be very familiar with these companies, but I want you to keep in mind that these are not entry-level roles. You want to search their website for the executive level positions, the executive level top job titles that I discussed earlier in this video. And so those companies are going to be FedEx, UPS, and also Amazon. As you are aware, they have positions open that are from the entry all the way to the executive level. If you want a high-paying job, you would have to apply for the mid-level to executive level roles. Amazon is hiring consistently anywhere from delivery drivers to area managers all the way to their executive office. And so you can search their website to see how many positions they would have open and let me know down in the comments below. And so for FedEx and UPS, FedEx has the most job openings at 35,000 different positions. So for example, if I have 10 different career professionals that come to me and they want a logistics opportunity, you guys have 35,000 different positions that you can apply for with FedEx and end up in a new high-paying job within 1 week all the way up into 4 months. UPS, on the other hand, has 2,400 different open positions. That just increases your odds, increases your chances of getting one of those positions when you do update your resume and you apply everything that I'm sharing with you here in the YouTube community. And so the next industry and the next video that I want to share with you is about how to get a new high-paying job in the grocery industry. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to get a new high-paying job in the grocery industry. And so, as you can see, grocery is an essential job throughout the pandemic. And so if you're looking for a new high-paying job right now and you want to switch industries, or if you're in a grocery industry right now and you want to know how to get a job in the grocery industry, I want you to go ahead and watch the remainder of this video. So who would be a good fit for a position in grocery? Someone who's great at building product displays, someone who's great at ordering supplies and keeping stock up, someone who's also great in logistics or supply chain management, someone who has a great customer service background. You're really good at working with customers. You know how to get them back in the door and wanting to come back to your store. And someone who's also great at building teams and organizing schedules. So 2 of those job titles would be a grocery manager or a grocery store manager. And if you want to know more job titles, go ahead and look at your local grocer in your area and go over to the website and check out the career section down at the bottom of their website and see what type of jobs they have available on their site. And so once you do apply for that job, make sure that you do reach out to recruiters. And so before I get into the next section that talks about recruiters, I want you to make sure you hit that subscribe button that's right below this video. So when it comes to working with recruiters, you might say to yourself, what should I say to them? Should I just ask them for the job? Should I build the conversation? I know it can feel kind of awkward for you guys. So here's one thing that you can do when you do reach out to a new recruiter. Build that relationship first. Get to know them as a person. Go ahead and check out their LinkedIn profile. Send them a message to ask them how their day is going. And after that relationship builds up, after that conversation builds up, and it seems like it's about to end, let them know that you already applied for a job at their company and that you would like to schedule an informational interview with them. You guys may think that you are
bugging them by reaching out to them, asking them about the actual role. But from what I've heard from the recruiters I've talked to on a consistent basis, they would rather for you to reach out to them. That just makes their job a lot easier.
And out of all of the videos in this 8-video series that I had, this is one of the top videos that got a lot of views and a lot of feedback, and that even my clients with jobs right now found very helpful and they're thinking about moving into, and that's the retail industry.
So who would be a great fit for a position in retail? Retail is more customer based. And so if you have some experience working with customers, or you know how to talk with customers and pull out customer data, gather customer data and things like that, this would be a good field for you. And so customer service is one of those skills that's a soft skill across the board. And so you would have to separate yourself when you do get ready to apply for that job online. You want to be able to show your ability to maintain customer relationships and gather customer data, and make sure you quantify that information on your resume. And so if you are in retail already, you know that some of those job titles would include retail manager, general manager, retail director, or even retail analyst. And just a quick secret for you guys, if you're looking for an executive level position, if you're looking for a high paying job that does pay you $100,000 or more in retail, you should go on that company's website and type in the keywords executive or even manager, and then go over to salary.com and see how much they are offering for that particular position. And also take a look at Glassdoor to see what type of reviews they get from their employees as well. So in the last video, I showed you how to network with people in your industry and treat them just like they are your family or friends. And so if you haven't checked out my last video, go ahead and make sure you check out that video in the last video in this series. And so in this video, I am going to share with you how to network and get a new internship. And so in a lot of my videos, you will find that I am really big on numbers, and so are recruiters and hiring managers. And so I'm going to tell you right now that you would have to make sure you reach out to at least 30 different recruiters or hiring managers so that you will get up your chances of getting a response for an internship by 80%. And so what does this mean? You want to go out and you want to pick out the companies that you would be interested in, complete an internship application for them. And even if they don't offer internships, you'll find that they will create a position for you, which was the case for me when I was breaking into the human resources industry. I had to work as a full-time because I was a single mother, so I couldn't leave my job at that time. And so what did I do? I went online and I found 30 companies. It didn't matter where they were. They could have been anywhere in the world, but I searched in the US and I got 20 different responses from people who were interested in me coming and work for their company. Now, a lot of those companies were out of state. So since I had so many different options, I decided to stay in the state that I was in at that particular time. And so it ended up being a remote position, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And so what I did was I went to the job site and we had our interview, and I would work full time and then I would go home, and then we put together like several different reports and things like that. We put together a project that we can work on remotely via Zoom. And so you can find a remote internship if you put together the right package, and if you come to the company at the right time when they have a specific need. And you may or may not get paid for your internship, but keep in mind that it is short term. Sometimes it runs as little as 1 week, all the way up into several months, all the way up into 6 months. And so you can add that information to your resume and show that you are employed at that particular time in that industry and still apply for jobs in that industry. So you can use that as your stepping stone to get to the next level in your career. So some of the companies that are hiring in retail goes back to my last video. In healthcare is CVS Health. That's a retail company that's looking for 50,000 different career professionals to work for them. Lowe's is another company. They're a home improvement company, and they're looking for 30,000 different career professionals to come work with them. They have 30,000 different positions posted on their website. And so if you want to know who's hiring, you can just go over to the company's website and find out how many positions they have open within that company. And then you can go over to LinkedIn, take a look at the job description on LinkedIn and use it for research purposes. Find out how many people have already applied for that job at that company. Find out if someone in your network currently works at that company so that you can network with them as well. Another company is going to be Dollar General. This would be really good if you don't have any experience and you want to get a management position, but you do have the educational background. They have 30,000 different openings within their company as well. And so if you are looking for a new position right now, I would go ahead and check out those companies.
And so if you really like teaching and things like that, and you want to teach working from home, or you want to become a professor or something like that, I want you to check out my next video about jobs in the education industry.
This is video number 8 of 8 in this YouTube series here in the YouTube community of AB Career Match. And so in this video, I am going to be sharing with you how to get a new high-paying job in one of the top in-demand industries in education. So who would be a good fit for someone in education? And so this is actually one of my favorite fields, by the way, outside of human resources and also creative writing. And so I also get a lot of individuals who are in education, who are in human resources, and who are in creative writing to get me to help them with their resumes and things like that. Interview coaching, like my client Hermina, who just landed a new interview with her brand new resume that I wrote for her. And so if you want to know how to write a resume that actually works for you, I actually created a video here in the YouTube community to show you the exact steps that I showed my clients to help them get new high-paying jobs that does pay them between $100,000 and $400,000 per year. So make sure you check out that video as well. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you how to get a new high-paying job in education. And so if you're someone who has a knack for administration, you're great with paperwork, you love working with people, you're great at taking exams and you can walk someone through that process, you're great at quality assurance, or you have quality assurance experience from a different role, you can transfer that over into the education industry. And remember that when you are looking for a job in education, you don't have to come from an education background. You can also come from a background in finance as well. And so you can go into a new position in the finance industry and you can be a trainer as well. And so that's another area that you can break into. And so if you want to know some more areas that you can break into or that you can transfer over into with your background and experience, and it's not necessarily in education, make sure you do leave me a comment down in the comment section below of this video and I will respond to you there. So some of the job titles would be professor, adjunct professor, which would be a part-time someone who works part-time at the university or at the community college. A director of education could be at a school district, a coordinator, or a consultant. And so when it comes to being a consultant, you can break into many different industries when it comes to education. And you can also start your own work from home business in that industry as well. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can let me know down in the comments below as well what your experience is in that area. And so in this video, I am going to share with you how to apply for a position in education. But as of right now, you wouldn't be able to use this step unless you are lifted from the stay-at-home order in your state and things are going back to normal. And so you want to start looking for job fairs in your area that are offering positions in education so that you can begin to network with people in your industry. The ideal situation is for you to go to the job fair and leave with a job offer or at least an interview with the recruiter or the hiring manager. But keep in mind that when you are building a relationship with someone, let's take outside of the job market. For example, let's go outside of someone that's looking for a new high-paying job. You wouldn't walk up to a stranger and just ask them for a job that is just walking down the street. And so the same goes for a networking event or a job fair. You want to go in and build a relationship, learn a little bit about the company, get a business card, follow up, and make sure that you also take copies of your resume as well, and take your portfolio and make sure you're dressed properly.
And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I want you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button that's right below this video, and make sure you hit that bell button as well, because every Friday and every Wednesday I will be sharing a new premiered video with you here in my YouTube community. Perhaps one of the most important industries that you can get into right now, I share with you in the next video how to get a new high-paying job in the healthcare industry.
So who would be a good fit for a job in the healthcare industry? Someone who loves working with people, has great communication skills, someone who's great working on teams, someone who has a background in healthcare management and also has a master's of healthcare management. Some of the job titles that you want to consider would be healthcare administrator, healthcare recruiter, chief executive officer, or director of operations. So what is the best way to apply for a position in the healthcare industry? One of the best ways to apply for a job in the healthcare industry is going to be with an executive search firm. And so what you can do is you can head on over to Google, type in executive search firm, and find out which executive search firms are in your area. Make a list and keep track of how many executive search firms you have and add them to a Google spreadsheet. One of my clients just recently did this, and she found a lot of companies that she would be, or hospitals that she would be interested in working for. When you add those executive search firms to your spreadsheet, you'll find that there are some companies that you really want to work for, and there are others that you would never want to work for. And so this is a great way to keep your job search organized as well, so that you will always know where you stand as a job applicant. And so when you type in those executive search firms, you can go over to Google, type in executive search firm, and type your industry behind it. So you can type in healthcare executive search firms. And after you create your list of executive search firms, go head over to LinkedIn and get contact information and start connecting with people at those companies that you would like to work for. And so, for example, if you want to work for the Cleveland Clinic, for example, you can go and type in the Cleveland Clinic on LinkedIn and start connecting with recruiters and other people that work for that particular company.
And so last but not least, it's going to be one of another really important industries that you can get into right now that's really in demand, because a lot of people are working from home. Companies want to know how they can market their business online and things like that. So in this next video, I'm going to share with you how to get a digital marketing job.
So who would be a good fit for a digital marketing position on the executive level? It is someone who would be familiar with SEO, or search engine optimization, or internet marketing. Someone who has great communication skills. Someone who has great customer focus as well. You know exactly what the customer wants and needs. So some of those job titles would include digital marketing manager, a director of marketing, a marketing coordinator, and a marketing manager. So some of the skills that you would need in order to get paid $100,000 or more per year in your career as a digital marketer would be: you should be able to make recommendations to the company. You will attend meetings and conferences. And so if you have that experience in your background, you want to make sure that you highlight that on your resume. And you are familiar with technology and business analytics. And so, for example, my client Terry was in a digital marketing industry. She didn't have the time that she needed in order to invest in a resume and to put into her resume. And so she hired me to help her. And within less than a week, she was able to land a new high-paying job, all because of her resume and LinkedIn profile. And so
if you found any of these things helpful, I want you to make sure that you type down in the comments below and let me know that you did find it helpful, but also let me know what you would like help with as you continue to move forward with your job search as well. And if you haven't joined us in the Career Professionals community on Facebook as of yet, I want you to make sure that you join us there by clicking the link that's down in the comments below titled Career Professionals community, so that you can join us there. When you get ready to join that community, you will answer 3 questions when you join. This is to make sure that no one there that is going to spam the group with spam information, because we're all there for, career professionals are there for one job, and that's to get a new high-paying job. And so if you haven't joined us there yet, make sure that you click the link that's down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also share this video with someone that you think would find it super helpful. And I'll see you in the next video.